first. Senator John Husted at Tippecanoe High School. The district plans to be the first in the state to incorporate AI into curriculum. We spoke with the senator on what this means for the future of education tonight on Dayton 24/7 Now.
I'm Jeff Schrock in Miami County, where Senator John Husted visited Tippecanoe High School earlier today. I talked with the senator and the district about the plans to be the first school in the state to integrate AI into the curriculum.
This is a first-of-a-kind lab that is helping to integrate AI into every aspect of education, and Ohio and the Miami Valley are leading the way.
Husted's visit to Tippecanoe High School started with a roundtable discussion with educators and leaders of technology, focusing on AI for the classroom. It's aimed to equip young people with necessary skills for the future. Despite recent pushback on AI in schools, Husted says educators and students must be prepared for a rapidly evolving workforce.
Students can be introduced in a very constructive way, and that they can learn how to use AI for good and integrate it into their lives to improve their learning capacity, and then also how they're going to translate that into career opportunities. So it's very exciting, but it doesn't happen just on its own.
Senator Husted got a first-hand look at the district's new AI Academy, chatting with students and teachers using AI tools and partnerships with industry leaders like Intel that will help open doors and prepare students for the future.
It is about training students not just on tech, not just on what is AI, but giving them the ethics, giving them the mindset. How do you really solve today's problems in a creative way and in a way that's really going to make an impact?
This morning's stop in Tipp City was just one of 6 events planned today and tomorrow across the state for Senator Husted. He's back in the Miami Valley tomorrow.
I'm Eli Burgett, and here's what's happening across the state. An overnight explosion at a farm supply company in Pickaway County leaves a strong odor in the air and black clouds of smoke in the sky. The explosion happened at Nutrien, a fertilizer company, prompting evacuation orders for people living nearby. Fire officials say no one was inside at the time of the explosion and no injuries were reported. The fire chief said that they had been advised by chemical experts with the company to let the flames burn out on their own. Air quality checks were done, and officials say there is no current threat to the health of residents. Crews also immediately checked on runoff water to ensure no contamination to nearby water sources. There is an investigation into what exactly caused the explosion. The man charged in yesterday's early morning shooting in Columbus that shut down I-70 appearing before a judge for the first time today. The judge set a $500,000 bond for 33-year-old Dwayne Pittman, who was charged with felony assault. Kate Seifert was in the courtroom today and spoke with the victim. We do want to warn you, some of the images in this story may be difficult to watch.
Jesse, who asked we only use his first name, was emotional as he left the courtroom Wednesday morning. The injuries to his face still very visible as he walked us through the terrifying moments that played out on the highway Tuesday morning.
I just felt like my soul leave my body.
Just one day after being shot while driving on I-70, Jesse was in court facing the man who shot him.
I thought this morning that, I could come in and face him and I would be okay, but I mean, coming through and just seeing this part of it it's an emotional drain on me right now.
Columbus police called this a road rage incident. They say 33-year-old Dwayne Pittman fired his weapon toward Jesse's truck while driving along I-70 during rush hour Tuesday morning. The bullet ripped through the window of the truck, hitting Jesse in the face. Jesse tells us what went through his mind at that moment.
My family came to mind. Making the call to my daughter. I had blood coming out of the side of my face. I didn't know what was going on. It was just important that I could at least see them before anything bad happened.
In 2023, Jesse was diagnosed with multiple myeloma. On Tuesday, he says he was on his way to a chemotherapy appointment. What's become a routine trip for him, he says, turned into a moment of terror and will change how he feels when he gets behind the wheel for the rest of his life.
I ran from this gentleman for almost 4 miles before he decided to quit.
Jesse says his cancer diagnosis has already given him a new outlook on life, but he says Tuesday's incident made him even more determined to complete his bucket list with his family by his side.
I know this sounds stupid, but I think I want to take my daughter to Disney. She's been through a lot in her life, and I think that's the first thing we're going to do.
Pittman is scheduled to be back in court later this month.
Jesse told Kate that he had a dash cam in his truck that was recording at the time of the shooting. He says Columbus police are reviewing the video for their investigation, but he plans to share it with us when he can.
We're going to start things out over the city of Dayton on our drone video. Here you see the city of Dayton, of course, looking very nice, and the blue skies behind it offering a pleasant backdrop on what was cool but generally a sunny day. You cannot buy a cloud at points earlier on today, but overnight tonight we may just get one or two. Those clouds will be all important because we have just about otherwise perfect radiational cooling, which means it could be potentially another cold morning. In fact, I dare say it is likely for some spots to see frost. We will get clear skies eventually and lighter winds. So tomorrow starting pretty chilly, but tomorrow during the daytime ends up being rather pleasant with highs in the mid to upper 60s. We'll talk about the weekend coming up.
I'm Jenna Lee Borick. For this week's Waste Watch, I'm in Beaver Creek and I spoke with the city about turning all of this land you see behind me into a community park the city says community members want. The city of Beaver Creek created a 10-year master park plan in 2019 with community input from surveys, focus groups, and meetings. Aaron Harris, the assistant parks director, says community members voiced they wanted a large community park with amenities the city didn't have space for in other parks, so the city knew it needed to acquire land. In 2021 and 2022, the city purchased a total of 148 acres of land to start the process of designing the park, now known as Spring House Park. The city received a grant for half of the land's cost and matched the amount by using the Park Developers Fees Fund, money the city collects from developers specifically to purchase land for parks, so no tax dollars were spent to purchase the land. However, developing the park will take some taxpayer money. The whole project is estimated to cost about $36 million. Park levies have failed in recent years, so I asked why they feel this is still a good project to move forward with.
We know from our community-wide surveys that this is a want and need for residents. So we hear the residents saying that we can't pay for it right now or in that way when we are asking for a property tax. But we don't believe that that's the residents telling us that they don't want it and that they don't want us to seek other funding options.
Tonight at 10 and 11, find out if there's an exact timeline for the project.
This week, if you were driving on I-70 between Indianapolis and Columbus, then you may have seen these two big tractor-trailer trucks on the road. And if it looked like one of them was driving itself, then that's because it pretty much was. ODOT and partners have recently deployed two partially automated semi-trucks as part of an initiative to make road delivery safer for the future.
Everything we do at ODOT relates back to roadway safety. And so we're seeing thousands of deaths on the roadway each year. And so we're hoping that we can use this technology to be part of the long-term safety solution.
Brianna Bedanes of ODOT's Drive Ohio initiative says their collaboration with NDOT and Ease Logistics to deploy two partially automated semi-trucks all comes down to safety. She says one of the trucks, the lead truck, is operated by a driver, but the following truck has GPS technology developed by Kratos Defense to follow the speed and direction set by the lead, allowing it to partially drive by itself. In a recent statement, Kratos Defense VP of Business Development Maynard Factor says in part, quote, operating along the I-70 corridor between Ohio and Indiana enables us to showcase performance in complex all-weather conditions essential to Midwest freight operations and accelerates readiness for broad adoption. Bedanes tells me that a driver still sits in the partially automated truck as a safety precaution. She says that human drivers will still be needed in the short term in case some automated mechanics malfunction during deliveries. But she says this $8.8 million project is a step towards more fully automated trucks hitting the roads in the future, making the roads safer.
When we talk about distracted driving, driving while you're drowsy, impaired driving, an automated vehicle isn't going to do any of that. It's going to operate as it's pre-programmed to do.
ODOT is actively seeking more businesses like Ease Logistics to partner with them for more automated trucks in the future. For more information on Drive Ohio and the latest updates in their initiative, visit our website Dayton247now.com to learn more.
A local elementary school teacher is now in the running for the title America's Favorite Teacher. The competition aims to celebrate teachers' success in the classroom, and the winner not only gets the title, but $25,000, a trip to Hawaii, and gets to appear in Reader's Digest. Mallory Shannon, a fourth grade teacher from Kaiser Elementary, is hoping to secure that title. Shannon is currently second in the quarterfinals. She stopped by our studio this morning on your day and told us what she loves most about being in the classroom.
I love just building relationships with the kids and their families. To me, that's like the most important. That goes beyond like curriculum and I guess like learning the material. When I approach it like a family. I always call them my babies. Not just meeting the needs of them academically, but emotionally, socially. It is like the most incredible thing. And then by the end of the year, it's just like such a beautiful thing to see like the kids, how they've grown.
If you'd like to vote for Mallory, here's the website to do so. Voting for the semifinals ends tomorrow, so make sure you cast your vote now. And Governor Mike DeWine announcing today over 367 Ohio schools are receiving a Purple Star designation this year. The designation is awarded to schools who demonstrate commitment to military students and families. You're now taking a look at all the schools here in the Miami Valley awarded. You can check out the full list on the Ohio Department of Education's website.
It is Autism Acceptance Month, and the CDC says cases are on a steady increase. We break down the numbers coming up. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
Take Dayton 24/7 Now News with you on your smartphone or tablet. Stay connected to breaking news, your first warning weather updates, and on-time traffic. Sponsored by Jeff Schmidt Auto Group. 8 locations, all at jeffdeals.com.
Tonight, the father mistakenly deported to El Salvador. The standoff between the Justice Department and the Supreme Court. Plus, the tariff battle, tracking the unexpected costs to families and businesses. World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
I just got my bill.
I just got my bill.
I just got my bill.
I'm paying
how much?
If you're getting one of these big utility bills, chances are you're living in an older home that needs insulation updates. I could help with one phone call, 228-3750. Let us pump some foam into your walls and you could rip this bill in half.
42-year-old male, single car accident.
Everybody, we're gonna hook you up to a whole bunch of wires.
Hi, Ben. I'm Dr. Tora. You're at Kettering Health, okay? You're in good hands.
All right, Daniel. So this is gonna be a quick procedure. You have an amazing team here.
All right, Ashley, we're gonna get you up here, dear, okay? Good job. All right, we gotcha.
Your father did come in with a stroke, but we were able to reverse all his symptoms with the medication.
So great news, we're gonna let you go home today.
Thank you so much. You guys have been the best.
You're welcome.
If you have a passion to achieve more for yourself, your family, or your community, we see you. Franklin University was founded on the power of possibilities. Whether your career goal is to teach, to lead, or to innovate, you'll find the support you need to succeed. With online courses that accommodate your busy life and a tuition guarantee that keeps the cost of your degree within your budget. Your motivation is personal, and Franklin makes it possible.
Franklin University makes it possible.
Habitat for Humanity of Greater Dayton does more than just build houses. Thanks to partners like Cardinal Roofing and Renovations, we also help local families age gracefully in their homes by providing critical roof repairs.
At Cardinal Roofing and Renovations, we love giving back to our community.
We take pride in delivering exceptional craftsmanship and trusted service.
To continue our work, we need your support. Your donations will keep families safe, warm, and dry. Please go to DaytonHabitat.org/donate to learn more.
Making headlines across the nation, Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen is headed to El Salvador today in the hopes of discussing the case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the Maryland man mistakenly deported to the country. A federal judge ordered White House officials to testify whether they followed her previous order to facilitate Abrego Garcia's release yesterday. That order was upheld in a unanimous ruling from the Supreme Court. The senator says Kilmar Abrego Garcia was illegally snatched off the streets and deported.
I hope to meet with senior officials in the government, and I hope to have a chance to see Mr. Abrego Garcia to report on his condition. But my overall purpose here is to send a signal that we are not going to stop fighting for his return until he is actually released.
The Trump administration said it would facilitate the release, but insisted that it was ultimately up to El Salvador's president. On Monday, El Salvador's president said he didn't have the power to release Abrego Garcia. The Trump administration is ending regular access to its press pool rotation for the Associated Press, Reuters, and Bloomberg, a press pool spot that has been reserved for 3 independent news wires for decades on a near daily basis. Thousands of other media outlets across the U.S. and worldwide rely on major news wires to deliver syndicated stories. The White House has added a second spot for print journalists instead. This comes as the White House is appealing a court decision that orders access restoration to the Associated Press. President Trump requested for the appeal to be reviewed before the AP regains access. That hearing starts tomorrow.
In health news, the World Health Organization has reached an agreement to plan for future pandemics after over 3 years of negotiations. Members drafted the proposal to improve global collaboration and preparedness and to create a supply chain when responding to pandemic threats. The proposed preventative measures came after millions of people died as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. It will be submitted to the World Health Assembly for consideration in May, which has delegations from all 194 member states. U.S. membership ended after President Trump signed an executive order to withdraw from the WHO in January. April is Autism Acceptance Month, and a new report shows rates are increasing in the U.S. According to the CDC, in 2022, an estimated 1 in 31 8-year-olds were diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. That's an increase from 2020, when 1 in 36 were diagnosed with ASD. Still, those numbers continue to rise as CDC data shows back in 2000, 1 in 150 children diagnosed with autism. The report found racial and ethnic disparities as well as ASD being more common among boys.
You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
Sponsored by Elk & Elk, dedicated to every client every day. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO.
This is him. You need an eye exam.
Wait weeks for an appointment? Now that's criminal.
Word on the street is at Stanton Optical, you don't have to wait for an eye exam. 2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79 all same day. Stanton Optical, easy's our thing.
It's hump day, and you know what that means. Hello, Country Fried Steak. Get a delicious meal for just $4.99 and make your Wednesday feel like the weekend. Yes, Wednesday's only Country Fried Steak, just $4.99. Happy hump day from KFC.
Your roof is the first line of defense against, well, everything. And it starts with the first row. A Fiesel roof has a purpose-built shingle to protect the vulnerable edge. Your roof stays dry and everything else stays put. That's why when push comes to shove, or snow or sleet, we don't lose our edge. The details matter. That's why you hire Fiesel. Visit FieselInc.com and save $1,000 off your new roof.
When it comes to your cancer diagnosis, the choice for your care is clear.
And when you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
Where more than 1,700 scientists are working on new treatments and new hope for every form of cancer.
You're making the choice to have the most advanced treatments, many of which were developed right here.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Get this low-mileage lease on this 2025 Cadillac XT5 Premium Luxury for around $569 per month. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
At Stanton, get a stash of contacts for year-round freshness. With 1 year of AccuView Oasis for $149, plus a free contact lens eye exam. Lowest price of the year. Book your eye exam today. Stanton Optical, easy's our thing.
Dayton 24/7 Now is sponsored by Thrush & Son Complete Home Improvement.
Good Day Dayton, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ABC 22.
Good evening. Blue sky across the area. You know, I always struggle with this time of night. Is it evening? Yeah, it's evening, 6 p.m. There we go. We are looking at, again, very much so blue outside. There are just a couple of wisps of clouds, generally speaking, south and west of Dayton, but we do even have those high-level cirrus clouds moving through the area. Now, all that being said, it is fairly below average, I think is a fair way to put it, but still not awful. It's in the mid-50s. Yes, it's about 10 degrees below average, but again, compared to yesterday, this could be a whole lot worse. Plus, that sunshine does feel good. It may be, let's say, sweatshirt and jeans weather as compared to tomorrow or even Friday, where it may be more of shorts and t-shirt. Now, as for tomorrow, it will be a cold start. At the present point, I've got it going as low as mid-30s in Dayton. I could see a scenario where if we don't have any clouds, it bombs all the way out towards 32. That being said, much better chance across the northern parts of our area. And part of the reason is we have clear skies. It has become pretty dry, and also we have very light winds. Last night we had actually still some clouds, and also the winds were up. It frankly got down to 33, so it gives you an idea. Now for tomorrow, it's back into the mid-60s. So despite the cold start, it actually does warm up rather nicely. That being said, Friday is also going to be a warmer start. Difference is Friday should be able to get towards 80, but then we start to talk about chances of rain. Overnight Friday into Saturday, the waves of energy start to arrive. For Saturday morning, could be some showers across the Miami Valley. I'm thinking Saturday may be the day where we do get the most amount of rain, but Sunday has the better chance of, let's say, being more of the day. I also should know Friday is, in addition to going to be breezy, in addition to being warm, so keep in mind Friday, warm but breezy. Now Saturday, again, showers and thunderstorms possible, probably going to linger into parts of Sunday. Then for Monday, we should see everything exit out by perhaps the morning, although there still could be a lingering shower somewhere in the area, even in past the morning. For Tuesday and Wednesday, perhaps the most notable thing about this pattern is there's no big drop. Every single time that we've seen wet weather, it has dropped well below average. This go around, we're not going to see it. It'll be near average through the middle of next week.
We are going to the Please Touch Museum.
The museum's for babies.
What? No way! It's like Disney World, but for kids.
Mr. Johnson loves it. He's decided to come with us.
I don't want to go. It's for babies.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
Coming up this week on Family Feud.
Nice try, Miss Preble.
I know.
Tonight at 7 and 7:30 on ABC 22.
After more than 10 amazing years in Fairborn, Bathmasters is moving to a bigger location to serve the Miami Valley even better. Starting April 28th, we'll no longer be at our Fairborn location. You'll find us in New Carlisle. Our new showroom is still getting a few finishing touches, but we couldn't wait to share the news. And we're kicking it off with a moving sale. Get up to $2,000 off your new bath or shower, plus a free accessory. It's our way of saying thank you for an incredible decade, and here's to the next one.
Wherever the road takes you, Chevy is ready to drive you forward. Qualified lessees can get this Equinox LT for around $299 a month. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
I know bath remodeling, and I've seen all the gimmicks. Not with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, you don't need gimmicks. Just a partner you can trust. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Thick, green, and healthy. All the qualities you want in a lawn. At Buckeye EcoCare, we strive to provide excellent results backed by outstanding performance and customer service. Don't trust your yard to just anyone. Our products are eco-friendly and safe for your family and pets. Rely on the expert team at Buckeye EcoCare, the area's lawn care leader for over 4 decades. Come home to a lawn you'll love with help from Buckeye EcoCare.
Long John Silver's $6 shrimp baskets will have you hooked. Choose hand-battered, pop-uply perfect, grilling and sizzling, or for a limited time, crispy coconut. Skip the wait when you make our app your first mate. Long John Silver's Fish Yeah.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado.
Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Triple Option Podcast, presented by Wendy's. Listen wherever you get your podcast.
The Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Well, there's a chance tonight that we could see a glimpse of the northern lights in some of the northern states. We do have solar energy that has reached the earth, and we have a G3 geomagnetic watch in effect for some of the night here. So charged protons and electrons, they're emitted from the sun with the solar wind. That's a very fast moving piece of energy coming off of the sun there. And once these particles reach the Earth's magnetic field, they enter in where the field is weakest. That's the poles. That's why usually around the pole areas, both poles, that's where you get most of those northern and southern lights to happen. That's where all the particles are that are exciting the magnetic field there. Now, green is lower in the atmosphere. It's a very common one, as well as pink. But once you get blue and red auroras to show up, that's in the higher end of the atmosphere, 100 to even above 200 kilometers. That's always a sight to see if you can check those out. But we're looking at a KP of 5 to 6 for tonight, which is usually enough to get a glimpse of the northern lights in at least the Great Lakes areas, maybe northern Ohio, but really you're going to want the long exposure setting on your camera, and maybe you'll get a glimpse of it with your bare eye if that if the energy actually does materialize. But skies should be pretty good for viewing.
A story from our partners at the Dayton Business Journal. A German automobile parts manufacturer has bought a prominent Dayton facility. Meted Dayton Incorporated purchased a 57,000 square foot facility on Janney Road. The $1.3 million investment used to house one of Select Industries' campuses. It is unclear when the company plans to begin operations. We have all the details right now on Dayton247now.com. You can find this story plus others like it under the Dayton Business Journal heading in the News tab.
I'm Tej Joshi in downtown Dayton at a great local spot for sweet treats, savory treats, and even breakfast, brunch, and lunch goodies. This, of course, is the Salt Blanc Biscuit Company here on 3rd Street in the Fire Blocks District. It's a smaller venue, but with great community vibes, art, decor. It's a place known for their delicious treats and especially their biscuits. You're taking a look here at some of the treats they are known for. These biscuits are just absolutely incredible. They bake them fresh every morning. The brownies are delicious, and everything is great. In fact, if you take a look over here, the staff put together a little table for us to showcase some of their great stuff. The cookies here are actually one of their staple items. They do a tea service here. The owner told me he likes to serve tea to the ladies who lunch and have a great tea service for them. And in fact, in addition to just being a bakery, they are a full service lunch and brunch spot. So sandwiches here are incredible. This is just an example of one of their open faced sandwiches. And I've been chewing on this beautiful, beautiful biscuit all day. That's why it's already half eaten. Apologies, my friends. But it's a delicious cheddar and thyme one that you can enjoy if you come down here to Salt Block. They are in the Fire Blocks District. They recommend everybody come and enjoy all the local businesses here on 3rd Street in Dayton. And if you're here, come stop by and say hello. These biscuits are truly incredible.
An active weekend after warmer temperatures through Friday.
This weekend at Morris Home in Ashley, it's a sale so big, we can only do it for 72 hours. Every price tag has been price cut by 20%. Get an extra double discount equal to 2 times your